So I started alright, so I recorded this video already once, this tutorial, and what I realized with that tutorial is that I didn't have my volume up. So my recording volume, it was freaking annoying. Yeah, I didn't have it up, and so the video was mute. So I could have recorded over that video and went ahead and did the tutorial that way, but it seemed a little bit too stressful. So what I did is I just completed that model, and it will be put up as a speed scoped, or like we at DollHouse like to say, speed Vroid. So that would be put up, and yeah, since I was gonna make two versions anyways, I was gonna make a boy version and a girl version. So I made the girl version already, the female version already, and I'm going to make the male version now as a tutorial. So tutorial is basically to teach you how to make a stylized model, because I've seen videos and things that was talking about, okay, you can't make a stylized character with Vroid Studio. You can, using Vroid Studio itself, you can make a very unique looking design already, but if you add Blender to that, then it will have even more effect. So yeah, I'm gonna show you how to make a stylized model, because if you look at my model, I believe she's pretty stylized, and she was made using only Vroid Studio. So the benefit with 3D models in comparison to 2D models, as people like to compare, is that there's way more you can do easily with a 3D model than a 2D model. There's a lot of drawing and art skills that you require for a 2D model. Like, it's all basically just solely dependent on your art skills. When Vroid Studio can be dependent on your art skills, but not necessarily, because it can just depend on your creativity, and Vroid Studio already has presets you can already use, whereas you don't have to sketch up or draw some new ones, and you don't have to pay around $8,000 for a 2D model that only pretty much goes in a few angles from a front view. There's way more you can do with a 3D model, and if you want to make a stylized 3D model with ease, then this is what this tutorial is for, to teach you how to do it with Vroid Studio mixed with Blender at this point. But I am going to make another tutorial where, just using Vroid Studio alone, you can make a stylized character. Like I said, I believe my model is pretty stylized, regardless to what others may think. So the goal is, to prove the theory wrong that you can't make a stylized model, whatever. But since this is my first tutorial, I'll just give you a little about me. Like, who cares, right? But still. So this is for people who are just beginning all these programs. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. Art in general has always been an interest of mine. Anime has been an interest of mine. Animations have been an interest of mine. OCs and characters, things like that. So all this Vroid stuff and 3D model stuff is right up my alley pretty much. It's what I enjoy doing. I love fashion as well. So this is up my alley. But the thing is to say is if you're just beginning, to don't be afraid of doing it. Don't think that you can't do it. You can do it. The problem with me is I always had a fear and a worry about the programs. I always had this fear of Blender and different things that I wouldn't be able to do it. There's just other things that other people can do. And that's not true. You can do it all by yourself if you want to. So I've been pretty much doing this, like really just doing it. Not into it, but actually engaged in the activity of doing it for about 2 years now. And I've gotten actually pretty far. And 2 years may sound like a long time to some people, but it's actually not in comparison to how I imagined it to be. I put it that way. So how I imagined it to be is like, oh, I won't learn this. That's gonna take years and years and work, or years and years of work. Probably my life is gonna be over by the time I learn it, and things like that. But that's not at all the case. A lot of things that hold us back is we fear getting into things because we doubt ourselves and we think that we can't do it. That's just things that other people can do. But no, you can do it if you want to. So, I'm going to teach you how far I've gotten to at least make you a stylized model using various programs that I'll show in a minute. So yeah, tips for people who are just starting, I would say, one, like I said repeatedly already, so don't be afraid. Just jump right into it. The more you just think about it, the more you're gonna waste time. But the more you just jump into it, the more you're learning already, and you're in the process of learning instead of just thinking about learning it and thinking about if you can learn it. Don't waste time. Just try to do it. And another tip would be, okay, just pace yourself with it. Don't just jump into it with the idea that, okay, you're overnight you're gonna be a success at it. You can't just make all these wonderful creations now. That's not how it works, and we know that's not how anything in life works. So what you want to do as a beginner, as myself, I still consider myself a beginner even though it's been 2 years and I've learned a lot. I still consider myself a beginner. So the best thing I can say to you is that just lost my train of thought. Don't know how. Okay, so if you're just beginning, just jump into the program. You're not gonna become an overnight success, so don't think anything like that. You're not gonna reach you're not gonna go from 0 to 100 in one day. It's gonna take some time. Give yourself time. Oh, okay, I just gained it back. What I'm saying is that don't go into it with the mind that you're gonna reach a success overnight. Go into it more like, okay, I'm just gonna have fun with this and make some projects for fun. Don't think of it as work. If you think of it as hard work and struggle and I can't do this, it's too hard, you're just going to quit. Take it from me, because I quit multiple times till one day I just pushed myself to do it. I think I forced myself to do some long strenuous tutorial of how to make a model, and that almost led me to quitting completely. I got so far as to making the head, which was amazing, but then when it came to the body and all the other stuff, it got outright confusing. So this tutorial will help you where you don't even have to make a model yourself, like completely from scratch. Vroid Studio already has a base ready for you. You can mold this base however. Look at this base as a piece of mesh, as in Blender. A piece of mesh that can be molded. Clay, it can be molded. Even though it's in Vroid Studio, it doesn't mean it's stuck in this form. You can mold it into something else if you want to. So anyways, I'm going to check real quick that my recording is still on, like my volume, yeah, because yeah, it was very, 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 very disappointing when I finished my last video and then it freaking didn't have the recording on it. Anyways, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into this. I think I did enough talking. I'm pretty sure people just want to learn how to do it. But let's see, where do we start? First off, I'm gonna show you the programs you need. Probably put them in the description box, though every last one of these you won't need unless you are wanting to import your model into Miku Miku Dance for animations and things like that. If not, if you're just sticking to Blender or the VRM base, then I think DSS, Vroid to PMX editor, all that stuff, you don't even have to follow. If you just want to make a stylized model, such as you just want a VTuber or something like that, and you're just going to use the VRM file, then you don't necessarily have to worry about any of these programs except for Vroid Studio and Blender. But if you're going to follow me totally in everything I'm doing and you would like to make animations, you want to make your own, let's say anime, or you want to make your own music video or something like that, then follow the full tutorial. If you just want to do the Vroid Blender thing, you just want a VTuber or something, follow it to the point you need to follow it. But yeah, if you're gonna follow me all the way through, then you're gonna need Vroid Studio, the latest version you can get, because they have some new assets that I think that you will like a lot, such as they have the added fun features such as tails. Those weren't there before, and it's pretty amazing to have there. So as you see, I have it on my model as well, because I thought it was pretty neat and cool, so I really like it. So if you want some tails inside of Vroid Studio already made, then get the latest version. And then after that, you're gonna need Blender. I think I also got the latest version of this, but who knows, there's probably a later version than this. But if you want the exact one I have, it's Blender 3.3, if you're interested in getting that. But yeah, just get a Blender program. I think they pretty much do the same thing, but probably just try to get the version I have if you're gonna follow my tutorial. And then DSSC, which is a converter for originally for Dancing Sing, another animation app like Miku Miku Dance, but this helps me, and I'm gonna teach you how. This helps me get all the way to the process of Miku Miku Dance easier, especially when I edit in Blender, because it goes through some crazy things. If I just try to put it over here into Vroid to PMX, it does some crazy things and it has errors. So I learned to remedy that by using DSSC, Dancing Sings converter thing. So yeah, you're gonna need that if you want to do what I'm doing through this process. If you want to convert to PMX easily without going through all the stress I had to go through. So this is the process I learned that easily get me through it all. So yeah, so you want DSS, first you want Vroid Studio, Blender, then DSSC, then next you want Vroid to PMX 2.1. They may have a later version, but that's the version I have. And then you want PMX editor. Of course, be sure to get the version that you're computer can handle. And then you want PMX Taylor, and then lastly you want Miko Miko Dance. And this is if you're following my complete tutorial all the way through. If not, then just stick to these two, Vroid Studio and Blender, and you could pretty much get through it. Maybe get DSS, maybe get it, just in case. It may have errors, and I'll show you why you need this right here. For some reason, it helps fix your VRM when it's broken somehow. Don't ask me how, but it does. So anyways, okay, jumping right into it, because I think I've wasted a lot of time already. But anyways, okay. So first things first, when going into Vroid Studio, you need a plan. You need what you're doing. You don't want to just go in here aimless. So the first thing you need to do is get a reference. So this was the one from the other tutorial, and then this is the one that I'm going to be using today. So what you want to do is get a reference first. You can either draw your reference, but in which case you don't know how to draw that well, or maybe even you don't have alright, that made me lose my train of thought. Anyways, or maybe even you don't have an idea in your mind, or maybe even you don't have that great of an imagination. In either case, you can go here to bing.com/images. Okay. In which case you don't have an imagination, maybe, or you don't even know how to draw, maybe, or you're not that great of a drawer. You to draw the ideas in your mind, then you can go to the free DALL-E Bing image creator, and you can get an idea from here. So yeah, that's where actually I got my reference image right here. It's from here. So you can type anything that you are wanting to create inside of here and get a general idea. So if you wanted to create an anime ghost humanoid cute chibi thing, then you would type that and you would just click create, and you will see the best results that come up that you would want to use. Whichever result works best for you, and whichever result looks most creative to you, and you want to recreate that image. So I think this is a pretty good one right here. So this is not what I'll be making, but this would be pretty cute to make if I was choosing that route. And as you see, it's easily put up and you can just use the reference. Whereas if you went to some other resource, usually you would have to ask to use the reference, which we know sometimes could be difficult getting in contact with the people, or they'll just outright say no, you can't use it even for reference. So to freely use a reference image that you don't have to draw yourself or anything, I say come to some sort of free AI image generator, because at least you can utilize it for reference. So yeah, and you would color this the best you can onto your Vroid model. So yeah, like it doesn't have to be perfect, but if you're looking to do something yourself and not have to pay money, then this is the route you will want to take. So, yeah, just do it the best you can yourself. So, anyways, that being said, get your references from here if you don't know how, or if you know how and you have the skills, just draw them. Like for me, for instance, I actually have a pretty good art skill, but I still use this for reference. Especially if my mind is not really working in the imagination department. So this helps. So anyways, once you have your reference, go to Vroid Studio. You can just keep it right here. A little image thingy. If you want to. That's what I do. Some people have it's a program that allows you to put reference images into Vroid Studio. And if that's something you're more interested in, then I would say go ahead and look into that. Because I don't have that and I don't know too much about it. So I can't really explain it to you. But if you're interested in that, then just look into it. Okay, so first thing you want to do is create the model. So I did the female already, as you see. This over here is where she started. I'm complete with her model, so I'm probably gonna show both of them when I'm done, but right now we're gonna make a male model. So once you have that ready, you're gonna look at your reference, get the idea of what you need to do, and then pretty much go here. And as you see on the side panel here, there you have eye sets, irises, eye highlights, a bunch of different things, mouth inside, different things. And these are called, or what I call, presets. I'm not even sure if that's a word used. I'm not sure, but it's basically already made things for you. So if you just want a whole face different, anything, it's already made. And if these things are good for you, then generally that's what you keep. But if you don't like the presets and you want to go a little bit further, I'm going to show you that. But it does have already made presets. You can choose between them and just make a model based on the presets that's already there. So it has the face presets. It also has hairstyles that you can just pick through if you wanted to and get whatever hairstyle you like the most. And it has all extras you can add to. If you do this overall one, you're gonna be stuck with that. So you might want to use these that make you be able to create a more unique hairstyle, especially if you're not going to draw it in yourself and you just want to use these. And this here, of course, is color thing. You can change the color as you want it to be and be as creative as you want to if you just want to use the basic presets. Anyways, and to undo all that, use the hotkey CTRL-Z, and it just undoes all the things you didn't want. Yeah, so, and basically these keys are similar to what keys you're going to be using in Blender. Also, I'm trying to make this as beginner friendly as possible, but since this tutorial isn't 100% just solely for teaching you how to use Vroid Studio or something, I'm showing you how you can make a stylized model, a method that I use. It's not going to be as basic as it can be, but I do intend to make a very beginner friendly tutorial. But always in all my tutorials I plan, since I understand going through different tutorials how nerve-wracking it is that people just expect you to know what they're talking about and you're just beginning, then each tutorial I'm going to try to be as beginner friendly as possible and just let you know what I'm doing. If I'm not that clear on something, then you can feel free to ask questions. I don't mind answering questions. So a lot of this is because I went through it the hard way, burnt my brain out and all other such nonsense. Trying to figure this out. So to save you from figuring out certain things, I'm going to make each tutorial as beginner friendly as possible. And feel free to ask questions. So anyway, same thing for the body. You have presets and you have outfit presets. If you want to make your own model just basically solely on the presets, then yeah, use it. But since we're not doing that, we're trying to make the model look like this as much as possible, a stylized model, to disprove the theory that you cannot make a stylized model with Vroid Studio. In this case, I'll be using Vroid Studio and Blender, but it's still the Vroid model base that I'm going to be using. So you can make this look very different from what it is right now. So they're all not just the same. Anyways, so starting off, we're going to try to get these circle eyes here. As we see on the character, this character has straight up circle eyes, so that's what we're gonna try to get. So anyways, as you see, when you click this, the face sets, it goes here to all these what they call parameters, and what parameters do is just reshapes the model to have a different look. So if I show you an example, like eye size, smaller, wider, that's what this generally does, and it has it for different parts of the body and face. So that's what this does. It's just parameters reshaping the face basically. And what our goal is, we're trying to make this is just in Vroid Studio get this as close as you can to match this here, your reference. Get it as close as you can, but understand it's not going to be perfect at first. So understand you're going to take it into Blender and you're going to redo it, but that's only for certain models that you can't really get certain shapes. You'll have to take it into Blender, such as we look at this model, it has a complete oval circle type head. Well, that shape is very hard to probably obtain easily in here, which with the other model I learned you can generally get a circle shape, but the elongated long ways, like horizontal ways, that was challenging, so I had to take it into Blender to do that, and the eyes actually came out perfect, so I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. So basically, if you want to just get to the eyes and you don't have to go through all the presets, the eyebrows and everything else, then I recommend you just click eye sets, and this is gonna change the shape of this eye. So what you do is you just mess with these until you get the shape you're looking for. So what I did is rotate. I don't know exactly what I did, so I'm gonna be doing it again. But anyways, I molded this until I got the shape. So let's see. Is this what I did? I can't remember, but we achieved it, so it's gotta be a way. I'm not even sure if... Hold on. Okay, I see. So, yeah. Just play with these until you get a shape. So, I'm looking for huge circle eyes. So, I'm gonna go that way. That, use eye position. So, yeah, I kind of want the eyes to be sort of lower. This is the horizontal. So, the x-axis, when it says X, that means you're molding the character, like the eyes in the horizontal position, right? And then the Y means in the vertical position. So that's just for people who don't know the X and the Y in Vroid Studio. So that's what it means. And this, I kind of want it to be straight. We're gonna take that away, that, and since it's making a bit complicated, what I'm going to do is go to the irises, then I'm going to go to edit texture, and what I'm going to do is just take away all of these for now, or maybe even just that, and then the eyeliner I'm going to take away so I can see the shape better. And that's just for now, and I'm going to save it as a new item. Anytime you're doing that, you want to save whatever you're doing as a new item if you don't want to overwrite anything that you had just did in there. But since I didn't do anything, it's going to save as a new item automatically. But in which case you did do something, then you would need to make sure that you save it as a new item or you're going to overwrite your data. Anyways, so we're trying to get this into a perfect circle. And as for this character, actually, this type of eye right here would be nice for me. But since I'm going to show you that you can get the circle shape, then I'm going to go ahead and show you that. Like, because my references, actually, when I'm using the reference, I creatively put things in ways that I like it better. So for the girl version, or the female version, the circle eye was okay to me. But for the male version, I probably might like something better like this or something. But yeah, it's up to you when you're using your reference if you want to go directly according to your reference or not. So I'm just trying to figure out what I exactly did to get that circle shape. I know I got it. Well, the proof is right on my other model, but let's see, maybe I'm just not taking my time. There's something I did to get the circle. Once I figure out, yeah. Eyebrows is on here for some reason. I guess eyebrows do go with the eye sets. Anyway, so this is up. This is rotate. This is this. This is this. That's the gaze. That's the eyebrows. So we're just working with the eyes, actually. Send, rotate. Rotate. Okay. That's straighten. Oh yeah, that makes it more circle. I remember that. And oh, that doesn't do it. Oh, nah. No. Okay. Trying to figure out which piece of this did that. It made it look more circle-ish. It's not that. Maybe I messed with these here because you can change. Ooh, yeah, you can change. My goodness. Can you undo that? Hold on. Hold up. What did I just mess with this? Okay, so you can, as you've seen with that horrible example, you can mess with these things right here. Change the number because they only go up so high when you're using this. But you can change the number to get a different result. So if I had to go 1.5, as you see, it does something a little bit different. And this could be very well what I use to get the shape, but maybe I need to go negative 1.5. No. 2. See, I was surprised when I got the circle shape with the other model. So yeah, I didn't take note of what I did, obviously. Because I was shocked that I can't even get it. Because if you can't get it, you can just go into Blender and edit it more like a circle shape. But we're gonna see if we can get it, because obviously I don't remember what I did. So yeah. Actually, yeah, I kind of want the eyes to be bigger. So, oh, this seems like, yeah, this has to be one of the things I use. So, as you see, when I go this way, it curves these areas a bit more. That made an interesting shape, but that's not what we're trying to get there. Let's see. Is it rotate? No. I mean, that's a pretty good, weird example, but I actually made the whole thing just go like circle. I mean, that ain't what happened in the man. That's why I don't like that. Maybe this, because as you see, when you do the droopy eyes a bit, it turns that circle-ish. Circle-y. Ooh. Maybe we need to take away the scornful look a little bit more. Go negative 1.5. Yeah, sort of. But maybe just 1. Ooh. Negative 1. Yeah, it does, yeah, sort of a circle. And droopy eyes. So yeah, this could bring it down a bit, but it's not as circle as I want it to be. Oh, this helps. Move the upper eyelid down. So that's helping the shape. Bringing this up, I don't think that's really open. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Now that's squaring it up again. Oh yeah, see, look, straighten the eyelid down. That brought it more into a circle. So yeah, there we go. That's pretty much a circle, but I see these inner things, and that probably has something to do with the inner slant. Let me make sure I'm still recording, because I'll be so upset if this just freaking goes out. So yeah, it's supposedly recording. Let's just hope. But the volume is down. I don't know. Oh, okay, I just muted it. I hope the volume is working, because if it's not, I'm just wasting my voice again. But anyway, let's see. Just turn that up just in case. I don't know. This is the first time I actually really getting through a tutorial with Stylized, though I've practiced with it before. Truly, this is like to a degree, like my very, very first tutorial. Just to be fair. Anyways, so back to this. So I was looking for the inner slant. Where is it? So it says inner slant here, and I put this up to 1. So guys, yeah. Let's see if it will help it even more if I go to like something like 1.5. 2. No, that's like no. Where was it? At 1. What happens when I put negative 1? No. So we're gonna leave it at 1 for now, because that's a pretty good shape, and then all we will have to worry about is this section here, the corner of the eye. Maybe we can edit that in Blender if we can. But anyways, since I'm just going to follow this to show you how, I'm gonna leave it at circle eyes. So if I go into Blender and I edit this, which if I don't, I'll still show you an example of this. And as you see, we have these lines here that appeared after morphing the face like that. So what we're going to do is show you how to take that away once we turn the face shape more into this oval shape. Let me see. Hold up. Okay. So let's take the face, which in the skin you can just get the face perimeter. So basically what I did with the other model is I took these ears completely away, because what I imagine, whoa, as you see what that does, yeah, you can morph the character pretty well. But what I did with the other other model is I took the ears completely away, and so to do that I use this here, and then just went -5, I think, and that pretty much takes the ears completely away. But if I even want to go further, I will see if I can go -7. Yeah, that took it away even more. So just completely erase the ears from existence, because I don't imagine the character really having. And this is just based off of my imagination of the image. Let's see. To me, the character doesn't have ears, so I just took them completely away. And next, I want to go to making the face shape more rounded. So let's see, some angles you're gonna have to turn to a side angle to see what's happening, and you can do that by clicking, pressing the numpad 3. If you're using a laptop, one day I'll do the tutorial of how you can make your laptop use the numbers at the top as a numpad. But for now, if you're not, just click with your right button and just turn right here. Turn to a side position. Like that. Okay. So some things you're gonna have to go turn to the side. So let's see. This, as you see, what's happening is bringing some sort of line down there. I'm thinking stretching the jaw or something, but I don't think we have to mess with that right now. What we want in specific is chin roundness, and we're just gonna bring that all the way up and see if we could take it even further. So we're gonna put it at 2. Yeah, that does go further, but is that more like a blockish shape or a round shape? I don't know. So yeah, it doesn't really matter, because the head, you are going to have to edit it in Blender to actually get this shape here. So this is if you're making a very, 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 very stylized character, then you're gonna more than likely need to use Blender. But if you want a stylized character such as my model, then that should be easy to make just in Vroid Studio alone. But let's see. There's chin length. Yeah, we can bring that up and it makes it more rounder. Chin width. Yeah, and then that can start getting sort of an oval shape. Don't worry if it looks funny in here, because it does. Yeah. So anyways, we're trying to get the character to match close to this. So as I am looking at the character, you either want to bring the eyes down closer to the mouth, or you want to bring the mouth closer to the eyes. And also here, the character does not have a nose, so if you want to totally get rid of this, then you would just click here, and then it just totally rids itself of its nose. And the mouth, we can bring it closer, but I think, so like I said, Y means the vertical position, so you can just bring it up if you want to, but inevitably it doesn't matter, because what I keep saying is you can edit it in Blender. But if you want to just try to strive for something that looks close to this and never use Blender, then you can do that. So yeah, there's that. And then for the eyelids, you want to do the same thing, just take it away for this particular design here. Okay, so eyebrows. Let me just pick out an eyebrow that looks sort of close to what I see here, and I'll probably use a similar one, the similar one I used for the female model. Something like that. See, it may not even be perfect to this. If I wanted to, I can go edit and draw this in, but actually I just really don't care. So these eyebrows is good enough for me, so I just take them. Actually, I won't turn them black here. I will go in. You can if you want to. See, you can, but what I don't like about it for this particular model, these gradient areas. So the eyebrows are naturally just with a gradient color, and I don't like that. So I would go into here, which says edit texture, and this is where you just edit this. So you see the eyebrows, and let me show you this. You take it up here and this, and you see how that colors like that, and it's just coloring a big thick chunk right here. So it's CTRL-Z, and that undoes it. And what you do here is you can CTRL-Z actually to undo it, but also up here there's this as well. You can click undo. For some spaces in Visual Studio, I think it has this, but since I don't use it often, I don't know if it's there all the time. But if it is there all the time and you prefer to use that, then go ahead. But anyways, back to this. If you wanna not go outside of the eyebrow, you're going to go here, click this lock, as you see it highlighted when I click it. And like other art programs where you use clipping or something like that, well, this is sort of like a clipping, and it keeps it from going outside the line. So you could just color it in like that. Also, if I undo that, they have this effect right here, these two triangles facing each other. Well, that's a mirror, and you can mirror it, so you don't have to go through the whole effort of coloring them all. You can just color one, and then you have the eyebrows color. And these attributes are in pretty much every section that you can edit something. Like if I go here to the mouth, which we have to edit anyways, then you see same presets. So there's, I mean, not presets, the same things, what do you call it, tools that you can use another one. So you have the lock, in which you can just color this direct and you see it colors in, and you have the mirror and the undo button, and these up here, that's the brush, which generally you draw with. Let me unlock that. Obviously you draw with. Then there's of course the eraser, you're just going to erase it. Generally what an eraser does. There's a blur tool. You can use the blur tool if you want to. I don't really use it that much though. And then there's the selection tool. I think I don't really use this much either. I actually don't know what it does. Actually, I don't know what that does. Maybe, I don't know. But I generally stick to the brush and the eraser. So anyways, for this character, what we want to do is go closer to the mouth. And what I want to do is sort of like the other character. You see the outline is black of the mouth, and we just kind of want the mouth just to be a black outline. So we're gonna put the brush small as possible. You can do it right on the character, but sometimes when you do it on the character it goes like funny. So I'm going to get my tablet real quick, because yeah, I didn't always have my tablet. I had to use a mouse for a while, which I got pretty crafty at. But when I got the tablet, then it's much easier to use it. But if you just have a mouse, don't be fearful of just having a mouse and you need a tablet. You don't need a tablet. You can do some pretty good coloring with a mouse, because I had a mouse for pretty much the whole 2 years I was learning. I just now got this tablet, which I don't have the right cord for right now, so hold up a second. Oh goodness. Yeah, anyhow, do not be afraid of using your mouse. I got pretty nifty with the mouse, and I was able to color my things pretty well. Yeah. Pretty well with just a mouse. So if you have a mouse, use a mouse until you get the means to get a tablet or something. And for me, this tablet was given to me by a good friend. So yeah, if you don't have the means to get one yet, don't worry, just use your mouse. If you just have, unfortunately, the keypad on your keyboard, I'd say you could try with that. I never tried it, but maybe you want to invest in either a mouse or a tablet or something. But if you have a mouse, then don't worry about it. You can use your mouse until you figure out how to get a tablet. So what we want to do is just draw this as straight as possible. I'm not as fancy with the what you call it, tablet either. I actually got pretty nifty with the mouse, so the tablet is new to me, but still to do it to the best I can do it. My hand is a bit unsteady with this particular thingamajigger tablet thing, but I do get it done easier, so let's see. Now there we go. What we can do is draw up here a little bit more, down here a little bit more. Whoops. Don't be worried if you mess up. It doesn't gotta be perfect. It just gotta be to your skill level and your satisfaction of it. So you kind of just have to be satisfied with however you're doing it. So if you're not satisfied and you prefer more artistic, then maybe you would have to pay an artist to do it for you. But in which case you don't want to pay anybody to do something for you, then just do it the best you can yourself. Which I like to do everything myself. I don't really want to have to pay anyone to do it, though I would be willing to in some cases. But preferably want to learn it myself. Especially because I don't even have the means to even pay for a model. So, of course, learn it by myself. It's always better that way anyway. So anyways, as you see, it's pretty horrid, pretty different from what we're trying to get right now. But, let's see, that's the mouth, and what I wanted to do, let's see, I'm just gonna save that as a new item. It seems like this one is taking more time than the other one took. I'm not sure why. But anyways, okay, so what we're gonna do now is go here to expression editor. We can actually edit the expressions, which I didn't get to do with freaking the other model, but it turned out okay. But right now I just want to see this. So yeah, it's pretty bad. But yeah, I'm gonna use this one to get the line a little bit thicker around the mouth to make it actually look like an outline. So I'm gonna go back to the mouth and edit it. And actually I showed you that, right? So I did show you that. So, but look, here's what happens when you already make one. So since I made it on the girl model, the female model already, then I already have, I think this is the mouth here. Yeah, so I already had the mouth. So I can just use hers because I've already done it. I don't know what this is. Oh, whoa. Ooh. This is when I was making this model. Okay. That looks funny. Anyways, but yeah. I made her mouth, so I can pretty much just use this. Though that expression looks funny with that mouth. But it's fine. It probably looks okay when the model actually gets complete. Right now it looks very funny on this frame here. But, whoa. Yeah, but basically, yeah, we're gonna stick with this one here for now. Probably edit this specific character's expressions because I don't know. So yeah, there's that, and of course the character needs some irises. So I will go to Wait, first, I didn't show you how to get rid of these lines. And also, if I show you the mouth, it has some unnecessary lines too. But also, we're gonna rid ourselves of these teeth because the other model, she, to me, how I perceived it is she doesn't have teeth. Not really. So I actually perceived this as the inside of the mouth. As funny as that may sound. But yeah, I colored the background of the mouth white and the tongue this burgundy-ish color. So that's the same thing we're going to do with this one. And get rid of these teeth and things. So anyways, I'm gonna show you how to get rid of these lines first. You go to this called, like I said, or like I intended to say because my tutorial never came out with vocals, but hopefully it's recording on this one. This word I don't know how to say. Is it Sclarius? I don't know. But what I refer this to is as the eye white. So yeah, what we're gonna do is edit the eye whites here. And what you want to do, since you you see the character's eye here. Her eye is, his eye is all black. Like, I don't see any whites whatsoever, but I want the character to have eye whites. So it looks as though the character is looking around. So I'm going to keep my eye whites. And what I'm going to do is just try to erase this carefully. So I'm going to use my eraser, use the mirror so I don't have to do it twice, and just generally try to erase this. And you see it's not quite going away. Sometimes you have to go here and try to just ease your way. And what also helps me is if I just go like this, then I see what's causing the problem. And for some reason it doesn't seem to be the eye whites whatsoever causing that issue. So what is it? It has to be maybe the teeth? So the eye whites on this model is funny, but that's not what's causing that issue on this model. But let's go to the teeth. So here, like I said, you can erase, well, like I meant to say, because my other tutorial didn't happen. What you can do is you can erase this and make sure you turn off mirror so it doesn't be done this crazy stuff. But this is where the teeth is. So you would just want to turn off mirror, of course. Erase the white here. But what you can do is you can take this image here and you can export it and save it as a file. And what you would do is you would take the file into another art program such as Medibang or things of that nature. And I hope I'm loud enough because kind of distance from my mic and I don't know if I'm being heard or not, but hopefully I'm being heard. So yeah, you can take the mouth into another art program and like cut this out evenly if you wanted to take the teeth out, or if you wanted to edit either piece. So this white part is the teeth, this dark pink part is the roof of the mouth, like the inside of your mouth, and then this area is obviously, if you look at it, is obviously the tongue. So each part will have to be edited to how you want to edit it. So let's say you want the teeth to have braces or something, you'll figure out how to put that onto this teeth. And if you want the roof of the mouth to be, I don't know, you want it to be blue for some reason, then you would color this blue. And if you wanted the tongue for some reason, just let's say, I don't know, look like it has food on it or something, then you would just draw the food here, or whatever. If you wanted the tongue to be blue as well, you just color it tongue blue. But anyways, what I wanted to do is just take the teeth completely out, so that's what I did. I went and edited it, and I took the, okay, so export that and save it if you want to edit this. If you want to just add a picture, you click this little picture box, and then you click the picture you edited it. So as you see, it made no difference for me yet, and that's because I didn't delete this bottom one. Delete. So it's not even the teeth that's making this error here. So That's strange to me because what was making the error on her is the eye whites, but what's making the error on him? So anyways, we don't know yet. I don't know yet. So it's not the teeth though. But anyways, let's see. So anyways, what I do to get correct and precise colors, if I'm just using the editing tool inside of Vroid Studio, then I would click the reference I want and open it in here, and just zoom up and take this color picker here and just pick the color I want. So I want this burgundy-ish color here, and then what I'm going to do is just color in the tongue area, which that's the eraser, but click this plus button means a new layer. So what I want to do is color this a burgundy-ish color. So I'll make sure I only get the tongue, nothing else, because if you get something else, it would be like this. And we're not looking to color the whole mouth that color. So what we're looking to actually do is just color the tongue that color as our reference suggests. And you can take this into another program if that's easier for you. Okay, so there's that, and then I perceive the background of the mouth to be a white-ish color. So I'm just gonna color pick that and then do the same thing for the mouth. And make sure that you only color the parts you want to be that color. So I'm gonna go way up here, of course. Just go on so this is the roof of the mouth, this. And if ever you're not clear of what part you're on, then just feel free to do this to discover what part of the mouth is what, if you just don't know. And that's for each aspect of this. So that's his mouth inside. So yeah, that's complete. So now I still have to discover what this is, and I'm gonna make sure it's not the eye whites again. And look at that, I left that like that, but it's fine, because as you see, it's not really affecting them. But you don't want to erase any of this if you don't want it gone. So yeah, but anyways, let me take this away. That's not the problem at all. So if the problem is in fact just his face by itself doing that, I'm probably gonna have to edit some things. And I'm trying to see what this lip error is. Oh, you know what? Actually, I know what the problem is with these lines. It has nothing to do with the eye whites. It just came to me, and it's probably why the mouth is doing the same thing. It's because, yeah, that's not that's not the problem. I'll show you the problem in just a minute. Right now I'm gonna go do the irises right here. I'm gonna click this. I could have went with some presets, which we're gonna have to edit his eye, because didn't show you that first, but that is what we're gonna need to do. And my computer is getting very loud, so I hope you can hear me over the computer. But anyways, what we're gonna do is try to get this black color. Like I said, if you just want to do this and you want a sort of clipping effect, click this lock button, as you see highlighted, and then choose a black color or whatever color you need and just color it in. Use mirror, goes quicker. And as you see, it has eye highlights. He doesn't have eye highlights, but with the female model, I added something to her eye that I thought was creative. So 9 times out of 10, I'm going to do that with him too. So that's that, and I think that's all for his facial features really right now in this edit mode. So I'm gonna save that as a new item. And what we're going to do next is go here and just save our project, save as, and name the model whatever, and I'm gonna name it Stylized Model 2. So this is the second version that I'm making. So what I didn't do in there is what I was intending to do. so crazy. But anyways, okay, we'll go back here, go to edit texture, just so I can show you that. What we're going to do is turn his complexion the right complexion. So we get the reference here, and we're just gonna color pick his face, which is some off yellowish beige color, and we're gonna click this and click mirror so it could go faster. Put this all the way up, and we're just gonna color in the entire face like that. So he's starting to look more like the character in some sense. And then after that, X, we can overwrite this because we already made one that we're sure we're gonna keep. Click OK. And then, okay, now to get rid of these excess lines, you actually go here to the look of the character. And what you'll want to do is where it says outline width on the face. Well, this, if you lower it, as you see, that just took everything away, all the ugly away. So that was making it look all like it's all jacked up. Just do that, it's gone. As you see, the character does have an outline, but on the face it's not really gonna matter so much. And plus, in other programs, he's gonna come out with an outline anyway. So an outline that we can lower and do whatever we want to with it. So anyways, that's that for now, and that's how you get rid of that. But also, if you want to get rid of this excess light and stuff, you're gonna go to rim light, and you're going to, for each position, like the hair, see this does that, so you're gonna lower the intensity, and I believe the concentration just leave up, but for each thing just lower the intensity and you see it go away. And then for shading, you're gonna do the same thing, and I believe it's shading area, yeah, that you just take away on each, and I think you put the shading hardness all the way up, so like that. And then you're gonna see it mostly on the body, and you can just go like that and put it up. And this is kind of the method used if you want to kind of sort of like let me see something. Yeah, if you kind of sort of like want to make it look like some flat anime style, then you're gonna use that. And for every program it doesn't quite matter, because every program, some programs come with their own shading and things, so it just automatically put shading on your character anyway. But if you want to do just the initial appeal to be okay, flat anime, then you'll do that. And hair, I think we're gonna keep the scalp on, but yeah. So we're gonna edit the body now, and what we want the character to be is we want the character to be shorter. So let me see, outfit, we're just gonna take off the outfit so we can see a bit clearer. And shoes, and then we're gonna go to the body. We're gonna edit it because this is way too tall for what we're looking at here. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring the height down, and I want him to be a little bit taller than the female make, but not so much. So I think I'm just gonna drop him down just a little bit more. I'm not sure of her height, but I'm hoping he's not too much taller than her. In which case, even if he is, we probably can edit it. And anyways, okay, so that's that. Like that. I definitely don't want him to be shorter though. So, head width. You can get the shape somewhat by messing with that. You probably can get it even more. Matter of fact, let me see if I turn that to 5. You can get some sort of awkward shape, but we don't want that. So we'll just make it sort of biggish, and then the tip of the head kind of biggish, especially when we go to edit in Blender. And the neck, that's the neck length, but as I see with this neck, pretty much has no neck as far as I can see. So we put the thickness all the way down, and then as well as the width all the way down. And I see it actually a bit smaller than that, so I'm going to use this bar right here and just go negative 200, enter. And then I'm going to do the same with the neck thickness and go to negative 200 as well. Turn that as small as possible, because to me he does not have a neck. So maybe if I even turn this to negative 250, yeah, I want him to not really have a neck whatsoever. So that's pretty much it. I want him to have a neck, but as small as possible. Pretty sure you could get it even smaller, but that's good enough for now. And also, let's see, what else do we have in the parameters? So the arm length, I think it needs to be shorter. The finger size needs to be fatter, in my opinion. If you look at his hands, there's some weird fat shape. And then hand size, we can make it a little bit bigger if we want to. And we have the torso length, and I think that should be shorter. Waist width, depending on how you want, if you want the character to get sort of this shape, you might make it fatter, you might make it thinner, but really in Blender you can edit this, so you won't really have to worry about it too much. But yeah, you go out like that. And leg length, I'd say shorter, of course. And feet, what I learned about the girl is it seems like when they don't have feet, it almost seems like the shoe collapses or whatever. But I guess it would be fine. Like it doesn't matter that much because she don't look that bad with her shoes. But what you can do is you just turn the feet all the way down to nothing, pretty much, and just leave it at that. And yeah, that does look funny for now, but it's just only gonna look funny for a moment, so don't worry about it. Also, for this model in particular, would make the arm length a bit shorter, like that. Let me make sure I'm still recording. Okay, I hope my voice can be heard. I'm hoping. Yeah, I don't even know if my smile is showing my model, but you know what? On the first tutorial, my model was stuck like this. So the difference is she's not stuck like that when I put my head straight. It's probably why my neck is hurting right now, because I was trying to make my model put her head straight. And the funny thing is so her head would be tilted like this, but my head was straight like this. And it was weird like that, but when I tilt my head this way, then her head would go straight. So yeah, that's probably why my neck is hurting right now, because of that. But anyways, to complete our model, or get the completion of the base of the model, then we're just going to go to the edit, to the texture, and we're going to color this the same complexion as that. So we're going to open our reference, which we didn't have to actually, because his face is that color. So anyways, we're going to delete that and click the color on his face, click the mirror, put that as high as possible, and just color it in. Just all the way colored like that. And then we're going to save that as a new item, which we could have just used all her textures, but since I did not complete the tutorial, then I'm just showing you how to do each thing. And it also seems like when I'm looking at these two textures, this is her texture, but awkwardly it seems like her texture is a little bit darker than this. So yeah, and I'm gonna go back to the no, I'm already on the body. I'm not sure if there's a shoulder. There's a shoulder width, so I'm just gonna turn that as low as possible, because to me he doesn't really have broad shoulders. He has little tiny shoulders. So even if we want to take this more, we can try a -2. Yeah, that's getting more towards the shape. If we want to go further, we can test -3. Yeah, that's getting closer to this. Like, that's even a little bit easier than what I did with her body. But let me see, is there a leg length? Yeah, I'm gonna make the legs more stouter, and the torso. Put it maybe at -2. I hope he's taller than her, but yet not too tall. But it may not matter, because we probably could just edit it in Blender. But anyways, that's generally him, and now all that we have left to do as far as I can see. Yeah, because hold on. No, we need to do these eyes here. So we're gonna go to the face, we can go to the irises, and we're gonna edit them. So this is the parameters again, and what we want to do is get the eyes a bigger shape. So we're gonna go on the x-axis like that, and maybe even the y-axis like that, and then go on the x-axis again. Come on now. What's going on? What's going wrong? But in which case this isn't clicking for you, as it's not clicking for me right now, which is so annoying. You can edit this. It's just sometimes my computer acts stupid and it won't let me click things. But in which case you already made them, then you can just click the one you made, like I did here. Which her eyes are like, maybe the fact is the male and the female models a little bit different from each other, of course, but something seemed like it happened with his eyes. Like whoa. Okay, so we're just gonna go back to the eye sets and edit it again, because I'm pretty sure something happened with the shape of his eyes, and I don't know what happened in the process. But what we're going to do is try to edit it again. So which I went to, let's see, that's the outer slant. Let's see if we put that to -2. Oh, that's what that does. Okay, we're just gonna put that to -1. Oh. Yeah, just bring that back up. Okay. Straighten up. That was something I did. Okay. That makes it more circle. Like, what happened? I just messed that up, didn't I? Anyway, so that's a -1. That made it even more circle. Like, hers was easier to do for some reason. This isn't making a whole lot of sense because it did it so easy with the other one. But anyways, that makes it a little bit rounder. Let's try to reduce the inner slant, but yeah, that makes it more squarish. Wait, reduce. Okay, reduce the inner slant. Let's try to reduce the outer slant. That actually does make it more circlish, but how do I get rid of this? Yeah, and I keep messing with that. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's not what I'm trying to do either. That's not what I'm trying to do either. Let's see, is it the droopy eyes? That makes it rounder. Lower eyelash tips. Let's see if this is it. It's not really doing anything. A little bit. Let's see. Oh, this does something else. Yeah. Well, anyhow, if I want to edit this and make this look better, like more circle-ish, then I'm just going to take it into another program called Blender, because I swear her eyes were so easier. But also, what I can do, which I'm probably not going to do, is I could go to my other model where I did make her eyes circle, and just look at her parameter sets, however you say it, whatever her parameters is, and just put it to his. But I'm not gonna do that. But anyways, I'm gonna go back to the irises and click here, and yeah, that looks better than it did So yeah, and then what we'll do is change his gaze so his eyes can be more down there, and even maybe the distance there. And then now what we're going to do, I don't think I gave her eyelash. No, they don't have eyelashes. So yeah, this is fine, I guess. With the circle, kind of. And what I'm gonna do now is what? Oh, the highlights of the eyes, the eye highlights. As we see, this one doesn't have it, but I kind of prefer it. So if you have a reference and you want something to be different, go ahead and do it. You don't have to go follow your reference to a T. But if you like your reference to a T, then go ahead and do that. But I kind of like the highlights. So the other one, I was like, oh, that's pretty neat for the female. And for this one, I'm thinking maybe that looks sort of, well, yeah, but maybe that would be good. This, yeah, you can see different ones if you like it, but I think I like this one for whatever reason. Makes it have a unique look, I guess. Don't ask me why. I just sort of like it, so it's gonna have that right there. So now it's just the last thing to this tutorial, which is the Vroid part of it. What we're going to do is just go do the hair real quick. So we go to hairstyles, of course, and we're gonna edit the hairstyles. So I think this tutorial took let's see. Yes, it took a little bit lesser time than the other model, but I don't know how long the hair is gonna take, so it might end up taking the same time. The other model took 2 hours, but that's probably because I'm doing a whole lot of explaining. But anyways, why doesn't my smile work? I have a smile. That's crazy. Anyways, but let's see. We're gonna save this just in case. Just save our progress. And then we're gonna go edit the hair. I could go with the presets, but of course I'm not because none of them really match to me. Let me see. I tried it out for the girl, but him, let's see. I don't know if anything matches, just like nothing matched for her. I mean, get things close enough, but yeah, that's it doesn't really do it. And as far as I am concerned, I don't think any of them match. So yeah, you can go through them and see if they match yours, but none of them match mine. That's as far as I'm concerned. And this is what I did for the female. So I can click hers, but I doubt it works for him. So that's the front of the hair. It looks a bit kooky and crazy on this model. But let's go to the back, custom, and use the back. Yeah, this was for her, but as I am seeing with the back of the hair, that it'd probably be fine to use for him, and I can just edit it. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the example of how to draw in hair with the front part of her hair. So I'm gonna keep the back, but edit it. So I'm gonna show you how to edit hair that already exists as well. But then I'm gonna show you how to draw your own hair. So anyways, you're gonna go to this front hair, and then you're gonna go to what says custom, and then you're gonna go to create new, and then this grid is gonna pop up, and then you're gonna go to edit hairstyle, and that's how you get in here. And with this, when I first seen it, this is the part that drew me away from Vroid Studio to begin, because I seen this advertised, and I was like, when I tried it myself, I actually finally got the program and I tried it myself. Well, yeah, I thought it just didn't work like it was advertised, but actually it does. You just need to, let's see, know how to mold this strange grid right here. And in which case, let's see his hair. It goes out a bit at the front. So we're gonna try to get that shape. it's gonna be stressful. When you're doing the hair, just understand it's gonna take some time. Don't rush it. Take your time. So anyways, we're going to stretch this out, and this also has the mirror effect, the two triangles facing each other. You just click that to make things easier for you, and you want to mold this grid to be what you want to do with this grid. Exactly, let me explain it. Is you just want to get it to where you can draw this on it. So you want to get it a shape where you can easily draw this without too much stress. So sort of try to like get the outline of this hair, but you know, just with the grid. Like imagine if how out the hair would be. So his hair is pretty out and width wise. I don't know if I'm using the right words, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So you do that and you go outwards like that, like that, and like that, and like that, and like that. Yeah. And that should be cool, I think. That should be alright. And let's see. Yeah. Alright. So that's pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna use my pen to draw the hair in, but what you want to do is get it as close to the reference as possible. So yeah. I'm trying to think. Maybe the sides need to be in more. And another thing, just take into consideration every angle. So 1 is the front angle, 3 is the side angle. Take in consideration every angle and how it's going to be drawing it on. So if I go to the side angles, as I look at this, it sort of curves in. So this shape actually probably needs to be like that, more of, because the sides curve inward. So you need to take in consideration every angle, even angles you cannot quite see. Just imagine how it would be to the best of your ability, and it does not have to be perfect. Unless you're doing this for someone else, you don't have to strive for perfection. If you're doing this for someone else, then strive for perfection. But if you're not doing this for anyone else and you're just doing it for yourself, get it as close to as it is okay for you. So if you are a perfectionist, then strive for perfection, because that's the only way you're gonna like it. If you're not, and you just like things to look generally in the direction of what you're trying to get, then just get it the best way you can. Either or, there's nothing wrong with it. If you're a perfectionist, it's okay. It's okay to try to get everything perfect. And if you just want things to basically be like, okay, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking for, and it's not to a T, then do that. There's nothing wrong with either way. But it just depends on what type of person you are. So anyways, now we're going to draw on the hair. So we're here in this area. We have the selection tool, we have the brush tool, and we have the control point. We use all of these in here. And then down here we have the move, we have rotate, and we have resize. And all of these work for when you draw in the hair. Let's see. You gotta go to the brush. When you draw in the hair, as you see, then you can go to one of these, go to the selection, here. Actually, okay, that's stupid. These don't work for that. These work for the grid. It makes the grid easier to move and things like that. That's what that is for. And you can also rotate it and resize it, and it's generally what it says it's doing. I'm not sure if I have to show you an example, but maybe. So that resizes it. And like I said, that's the x-axis, would be horizontal. This is a y-axis, so it goes down vertical. And then this, I didn't never explain this one because it's not really on the other ones. This is like the z-axis, so it goes front and backwards. So you have the horizontal, you have the vertical. Don't know what you would call front and backwards, but just call it the z-axis for now. So that's the z-axis, and you would work with those in Blender too. So they're color coded. Y-axis is usually green, x-axis is usually red, and z-axis is usually blue. So this is a rotation. Let me just show you an example if you don't know what rotation is. It generally rotates the grid. And then this is move, and it does exactly what it says. Let me click it. So got the x-axis, z-axis, and y-axis, and it just moves it. See, that's all it does. And don't stress yourself out too much. Maybe when you're first trying it out, try a basic hairstyle and then move on up to more complicated things as you learn it. But anyways, getting off of here, we're going to go to the brush. And this is what the brush does. Of course, it draws in the hair. And what we want to do to get hair drawn on here is simply clicking and drawing. So if you have a mouse, just click, left click, draw down. Same thing with your pen, except you know if you have a pen, you just draw. So anyways, what we're trying to do right now is get this hair to match. So I see this as a pretty big piece. That's what I'm imagining. So it's all based up to your imagination. Put up to your imagination. However you say it, don't really care. So here's the hair parameters. And here's the width. So I'm just going to bring the width of the hair up to here. And as you see, when I draw it, it becomes much larger. I think it did anyways. Yeah, it did. Okay. It does that, but sometimes I'm up here on the texture parameters and then I didn't realize. But anyways, it also has thickness. I don't really mess with it too much, but it has proved some usefulness to me. So maybe it might be useful to you. But anyways, right now, just quickly draw the hair. So I see this as it's not even, if you know what I mean. So it's not gonna be mirrored in my opinion. So I'm not gonna mirror it, but in which case your hair was similar on each side, you would just mirror it, which draws on both sides like that. But to me, those sides are not mirrored. So what I'm going to do is go back to hair parameters and pull this up. You're gonna have to do that each time you get a new hair section, or you undo at the beginning. You're gonna have to redo that. So you need to check it often as possible. Make sure you're doing that. So anyways, I'm going to man, hold up. If you click number 7, you get to see the top of the head. And what I normally do is I take it from the center. But since I already have the back of the hair done, I'm just gonna explain it. I take the hair from the center and draw from the center like that. It makes it a bit easier when covering the whole head. So anyways, I'm still going to do that in this one. So as you see, I put the middle of the grid, I pulled that down into the middle. Some sort of way. I didn't intend to, but that's what I usually do anyways. So what I'm going to do is try to get it as similar to my reference as possible. So what I'm going to do is probably just draw it from here, go down like that, and go to 1. 1 is the hotkey, the numpad for seeing the front view. 7, you can see the top. 3, you can see the side. 9, you can see the other side. Like 9 works like weird. Like if you go to 1 and you click 9, it's like the reverse side of whatever you're looking at. So 9 helps with that. So if you go like 1 and then 9, that's the back, and then you go 3, which that's either the right or the left side, one of them, and then you go 9 and it shows you the other side. So it just makes it pretty much easier. 7, it probably will work the same. Yes, it shows you the feet. So use 9 to just go to the reverse section of whatever you're looking at. Okay, so now that we got this hair made right here, what we're going to do is try to get it as similar to this as possible. So I'm going to click the hair here, and then I'm going to use control point. And what this control point does is it brings the hair down. Like it gives you these dots. Like, it don't only bring it down, but it's like, okay, look, let me show you. So I bring it down like that. That's what I mean by down. So it brings it to the level of what you're want it to be. But also, when I look at this hair, let me go to number 1. It's a little bit sideways from his face. So what I'm going to do is go to the freehand section, go to selection, go down, and then I'm going to use hair parameters. And it says position X, position Y. And as we know, the position X is horizontal. So we're going to move it horizontally right here. And that's a little bit how I see it. Maybe a little bit closer here. And then, okay, back to this hair. Make sure you click on the hair. You can click here, you can click there. And then you click the control point, and the control point is molding the hair even further. So you want to bring this down and things like that. Let's see. I actually want to bring this to the side. This a little bit to the side. You can straighten up hair and things and different things with this thingy. And another thing is, if these dots is just too many dots for you, then you're gonna click the hotkey S. And what I call that is simplifying it, and that's just what I call it. So you get less dots that way if you click S. I don't know what it means, but I call it like simplify. So yeah, that's what I call it. So yeah, you have one piece of hair now. Now you want to work on getting this piece of hair over here. So we're going to do the same thing, and just go, make sure you click the freehand guide, click your brush, or even click this if you want the same size hair that you just used. So I kind of want the same size hair I just used. I'm actually going to go to number 7 and go somewhere right here to draw the next hair. And then I'm going to go back to 1 to get the front view again. And then I'm going to click on the hair here. Oops, it's not working. Oh, alright, good time to explain this. If you are on the draw brush, for some reason when you try to click the hair, it does not work. So go to selection and then click it that way, and it works. Okay, so now we're going to try to get this hair to go down equally, or whatever. We're going to use the control point again, and we're going to bring this down here. But not only that, of course, it looks off to me. So it's in front of his face. As you see, it's not in front of his face at all. Not really, just barely. And so we're going to go to selection, go down to hair parameters. We're also going to do this on the x-axis, which is horizontal. Oh shoot. Alright, I did this on the same hair thing. So to make this simpler for myself, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click the freehand group, and I'm going to click duplicate. And then on this hair group that I'm on, I'm going to click this hair, and I'm going to delete it. Which I will right click the hair too, delete it. And then this one, I'm going to click this hair. And this one. It's hair 1, so hair 1 right here. And I'm just going to delete that. And then with this one, I'm going to use the hair parameters. So it's on a whole different grid now, and I'm just going to pull it over here like that. So I just be working with one, and it's barely over his eye over here, so I'm just going to barely do that. We want to get this V shape right here, so I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So anyways, we're going to go to the control point. We're going to click it, and we're going to bring this in here. Also, click this one, do the same. We're trying to get the V shape, so you're just going to bring it in as much as possible. But as you see, it's probably not going to work like that. So I'm going to click this and see if I go to the freehand group, click this, go to freehand group selection. You have to click selection to get this to pop back up. And I'm going to go all the way down here. And this line here with these dots on it, it basically morphs the hair to, okay, so this point up here, I don't know the terms to use, so just bear with me. So basically what I'm gonna say is this is larger up here, but if you want it thinner, you can just pull this up. You see it gets larger, but you can also pull it down and it gets thinner. So anyways, what we want to do is try kind of like make this larger, but not at the tip, because you know the tip is inside of the scalp right there, so I don't want to make that larger. I'm just gonna bring that back down, and we're gonna use this one here, this dot, and we're gonna bring that up just to make that part wider, and make these parts wider. I more so want the top part to be wider, so we can start to sort of get that V shape. So you can also click here, and you see that adds another dot. yeah, you're trying to get the general shape here. So you're gonna keep working with it until you get it the way you want it to be. So anyways, since I want it to be closer, I'm gonna work with this and move it to the side like that. And as you see, sort of getting there. We can bring this over a little bit more too, so it doesn't have that swoop thingy going on. And then we're gonna click this one. We're gonna try to do the same. Probably make that bigger at the top too. Go to the selection, go down to this thingy here, whatever you call this, curve, whatever. And then you're gonna make it bigger. Yeah, and you can add a dot, make it bigger, and then use the control point. And like I said, you can simplify these dots if you want to. Click the S button, that's how you can remember it. Simplify, I don't know what you call it, but yeah, I would say simplify. And Blender is, you say scale, but I don't really see this as scaling. I see it removing dots, so maybe it just makes it more simpler. But anyways, you just pull this over here to try and get that V shape. So yeah, I'm trying to get that V shape. Don't worry if you have like a super flat style, like black hair, that's all black hair. So don't worry if it like collides like this and it looks so unneat and messy and ugly. Don't worry about it, because once you turn this texture all black, like as in this is solid black. So, and since I'm looking for a flat style, once I turn that all black, it ain't gonna matter. You're not even gonna notice that. So anyways, that's kind of like the V I'm trying to get, sort of. Though I see this not so much over his eye, so do it there. Like I said, it don't gotta be perfect, it just gotta be what you see. And when you're working for others, then try to strive more for perfection. When you're working for yourself, don't care about it if you don't care about it. If you care about it, then strive for perfection. But if not, just get it the best you can. So anyways, his hair is a little bit easier than the female, since for the fact that I have the back of the hair pretty much already. So anyways, what we're going to do now is work on the sides. So I did that, and I see one more strand going here, one more strand going here, and then we got these strands up here. This one only has 2 in my opinion, but we might have to use 3. But anyways, what we're gonna do for this now is what I'm gonna do, well, we got this one too, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mirror it, because I don't really care if those sides don't really match the picture per se, because we can't really see the sides, so we're not really exactly knowing how it's going anyway. So anyways, we're just gonna quickly draw those in, and I would suggest to do a new hair guide, because yeah, not like that, delete it. Like if you want the same guide that you had already, which I kind of do, so I'm just going to duplicate this, go in here, take this hair, delete it, and use this guide. And what I'm gonna do with this guide now is I'm gonna bring it closer just to match a little bit more, bring this more in, but I still want this kind of out, but yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so now we're gonna go to side 3, maybe even 7, and just draw sideways. Whew. So what we're trying to get is this point to go down here. So yeah, we're gonna use mirror, and these sides kind of go up shorter, so we're gonna kind of make it shorter than the first strand. So anyways, what you want to do is what I want to do, since this is the model, is I'm gonna bring the hair parameters width up. So I'm bringing it up to that, and I'm gonna go from here, and I'm just gonna go down again. It doesn't gotta be perfect. Try to make it perfect up there, so you don't have to do too much work. But since I did that, I'm gonna click this, and I'm just going to get the dots on here again, and I'm gonna click S to simplify those dots, because to me it's just too many dots. And then also I'm gonna go here. No, I already did it on this, so I'm just gonna manually do this, just get it over here more, like that, more, and as you see, it's kind of shorter already, but just want to make it a tip bit longer, like that. Okay. And then I'm gonna take mirror off, because once I did this side a certain way, this side is not completely the same. So I'm gonna take it off, and then I'm gonna edit this. And I'm gonna pull this over here, to get it to evenly go with this hair, where the character is not bald on certain sides. So anyways, yeah, generally like that. You're gonna get it like that. You're gonna go down. There you go. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's hard. Okay, down like that. Okay, like that. Okay. Just give me 1 second. I'll be right back with you. Okay, I'm back. That actually didn't go anywhere. I need to do something. Let's see. Okay. That looks tacky and off the wall, but don't worry about it. It's not gonna really be tacky off the wall. It's color. So, we got these bald sides here. Meaning, each side I'm gonna put another strand. So anyways, I'm gonna add a new hair group. You just add the new hair groups if you think you're gonna have to, like I said, leave that. If you want a similar grid, use the similar grid. There you go. And make sure you delete the hairs inside so you don't have multiple of those. And then just use this. And then now we're gonna draw on each side. And looking at it, I think no, that'd probably be fine. Cause his hair goes down kind of. Okay, we'll just edit the grid here. Pull that in. Oh, I didn't have mirror on. Okay, got mirror on now. And I'm gonna pull that in. There we go. And then now we're just going to draw on the side. So we're gonna go 3 and kind of like toggle up to the top. Okay, hold on. So, drawing. Really? Goodness. Okay, I'll be back in just a moment. I'm just going to pause this video right now. So anyways, I am back now, and hopefully we can finish this part of the tutorial, the Vroid side of the tutorial. So we're gonna finish doing the hair right now, because we're nearly done. Alright, let me make sure my volume is up. I did a million times, but I'm so scarred from the last time that I didn't record. So I gotta keep checking. So anyways, we're going to do the next part of the hair, which we're gonna do right here, and we're just going to bring this down here. And as you can see on this side, it goes a little bit shorter, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring that down here, this one, make it a little bit shorter. So we're gonna go number 7, and we're going to pull this. Wait, we're gonna get a brush, and we're gonna pull this from here. And it's okay, it's a little bit thinner, but it's okay for this one because it's just covering that little piece of a side. So we're gonna click these two that we made just now. Click, get the selection. This is the only way you could click. Get the selection, click it, and then use the control point. So here, anyways, you can simplify it if you want to. S for simplify is what I call it. Okay, and then you go down and bring it down like that, and like that. And maybe I even want to bring this one over a little bit, like that. I think it did it to both sides. Yeah, but it looks okay. And then we're gonna bring this inward here, and yeah, I'd say its hair is looking somewhat like it, but you got this thing here, which it's called something like a hole. I don't know how you say it, but we need to get one of those, and hopefully they have one already made. We need to do this piece, and we need to do these 2 pieces that hang out like that. So anyways, what we're gonna do is take this here, and since the hair goes out a little bit, I think I want to bring this slanted out kinda. So I'm just gonna go to selection so I can get my grid back, and then I'm just gonna bring this out like that. And what I can do, this is looking a bit off, but probably when I color it black like this, you're gonna be able to see that it's alright the way it is. So what I'm gonna do now, see this part here of the scalp patrol, I don't like that, so we're gonna put that piece right there. But first we're gonna work on these two pieces that hang out. So what I'm going to do is take this one, duplicate it, not delete, duplicate, and this here, and then I'm gonna take the grid and kind of like morph it, bring it more up. So those two there, and then what I'm gonna do is go down here, and it says grid perimeters and it says height. So I'm just gonna bring whoa, yeah, like that. Okay, bring that in, and then we're gonna bring these pieces inward like that, and then this will make for the pieces that stand out, and that's there. And what we're going to do with these pieces is kind of like mold them to look more like that. And even with the hair, you don't have to worry so much, like, cause just like the face and everything else, this is all alright. What I'm trying to say is this is all mesh. All of this is mesh. So in Blender, that's what it's gonna come up as. It's gonna come up as mesh. You can mold it. It's clay. You can fix whatever is wrong about it or whatever you don't like about it inside of Blender. But here, you just want to get it as alike as possible, and that's about it. You're not trying to get it too perfect, but you do want to get it as nice as possible so you don't have to do too much editing. So if I look at that, that's okay. Let me see. Yeah, that's fine. It goes out kinda, but to me his hair doesn't split like that. So we're gonna just put this back, maybe at the top here. Yeah, there we go. And yeah. Maybe bring this in, like that. Give me a quick second. So yeah, that's basically, to me, since I can't see every angle of this head, it's pretty okay. What we can do is bring this arch a little bit closer over here. So we're gonna take this and just bring it closer, so we can get it. Yep, without messing everything up. Yeah, it's okay how it is actually, because we're gonna put a piece right there. But yeah, I liked it the way it was. Yeah, I liked it the way it was. Anyways, but yeah, there. Okay. So yeah, we have that, and what we can do is duplicate this again to have the same grid. I think I want the same grid anyways. Well, we have this grid, but you know what, that's fine because this piece of hair don't go that long. It goes to about right there. So yeah, we're gonna delete these hairs, and then we're gonna draw that little piece that goes right there. So you want to get the hair just as similar as possible, and what you're doing is just keep referencing. Take off mirror if you're just doing one piece, and just keep referencing your image that you have. So that piece goes like that, but if I look at the hair, that's much skinnier than that. So to make it easy for myself, I'm just gonna do that. Ctrl-Z, undo, and then we're gonna go to the width in the hair parameters, not texture parameters, hair parameters, and then we're gonna go with the width, and then we're gonna bring the width down like that. And then what we're gonna do is draw it. Yeah, like that. So it's raggedy, but can be fixed as everything else to just sort of match that. So what we're gonna do is click selection, because that's the only way you can click this. Click it, click control point, and S to simplify. You can simplify as many times actually, but yeah, simplify. And then I'm just gonna bring this like where I think it is on the character's head here. So it's something like that. And I say bring this here, and it's sort of relative to what you see there. And then we're just gonna bring that down like that. Okay, that's looking okay. And if we want to, we can try to make these pieces come out some more. Outwards. Front pieces. Outwards. So what we're gonna do is click this so we can get the grid. And we're gonna just bring this. No. Okay, hold on a sec. Anyway, so I'm back, and let's see. I think I want this to be closer, like that. Oh wait, I think I was putting more outward. Matter of fact, I think it's fine. I think it needs to be closer though. So maybe like that. Yeah. Okay. Am I even still recording, or did I stop it? Yeah. Okay. So now that we've done that, and the hair pretty much seems similar, we're gonna go get that piece that's up here, and hopefully they have an hog, whatever you call that thing. I think in Project Diva it's called a cowlick. So that thing, we're gonna go get it. So we're gonna X this and save as a new item. And what we're going to do with this new item is, not new item. We're gonna go to here that says a hog. I think that's all I said. However you say that. We're gonna look through these and see if any of them sort of match. Huh? No, that one's kinda. No. Let's see. No. Let's see. One actually goes that way. But what we can do. Okay, I'll be right back. Yeah, I'll be right back. Is this recording? Okay, so to finish this tutorial, let's see, that one's okay. Do we have any more? That one's okay, and we probably can stretch it because as we see, this one kind of goes to the side like that, so we might use this one and just edit it. So we're going to go back into edit hairstyle, which is right here. And what we're going to do is edit this to, go more like that. And you see it's some sort of strange grid, but what we can do is use the move tool, move this more over here, bring it up just a little bit. if I could ever get a hold of it. Alright, yeah, there. And we're gonna look at this one again. It rotates kind of that way, so we're gonna kind of like use this rotate, and then we're gonna rotate it to the side like that. Probably should have did it after we did the height, but I think that's good enough. And then we're gonna pull that down into the head right there, and maybe pull it more to the left, I think that is. And then if we want to, probably make the grid a little bit taller. Whoa, not like that, but just a little. Okay, maybe offset? No, okay. Well, we're gonna have to manually do it then, and then you're just going to, like, I don't know. Yeah, that makes it curve weird. So we're just gonna leave it as this probably. And if we want to stretch it longer, we can actually do that inside of Blender. Because I'm seeing that for some reason. Okay, it actually let me grab a hold this time. So I actually was able to stretch it a little bit longer, like that. And then what you're gonna do is just push it back down into the head, and you have something similar. And if you want to create your own host, I would suggest that you just go here, delete this, and just draw on the grid. So if I was to show an example, you would just basically go to this hair. You would let me do another one. Duplicate. Let me make that one not visible. You would delete this one, and then basically just draw your own unique style of Hulk. I would suggest you use these grids because they're already kind of made for these. And so if you wanted to draw something awkward like that, then using the grid that's already there makes it sort of easier. So anyways, we're going to undo, which is CTRL-Z. And that is the undo button, and then we're going to bring this one because I see it up a little bit. No, it's not that bad. So what we're going to do to see the edits we need to make is actually go into, so we're gonna click the freehand group, then over here in materials, we're gonna go down on this material, and then we're going to deselect these. But in which case you just wanted to use one of these colors, you can. So these are the preset colors you can use, and which are pretty much all the colors. I can just turn it black here, matter of fact, but I want to show you how to use the edit textures. Inside the edit textures, these are highlights. You can use these or you can create your own. So I'm going to go inside, which how I do that is go in the material and then go to edit texture. And then in the edit texture, then you have this here. You can take this, put it into another program, and draw the hair as you please. So if you wanted to use something like this, which have a gradient, you would take it into a different program and probably do something like that. Of course, much more neater. But if you wanted some weird hair texture, you can get something like that. Or maybe that should have been vice versa for shading purposes. But you can do something like that. But also each piece of hair can be edited individually. So let me look at this here. He has shine, so we're going to edit each piece that has shines individually. So, but for now, what we're going to do is just turn this one to a solid black color. So that way it matches what we have on our reference image. And we're just going to basically just color that all black. Like that. And yeah, that's the hair. And it looks similar. But if we want to get it even more similar, we will do that in Blender. So, some people, including myself, if I take my time, can get it to look almost directly just like this inside of your studio. So you can. But if you want to make things what I think about Blender is it makes it a little bit more simplified. So yeah, but what I also see with this hair is I want to go X this, and then I want to go to the back of the hair, and I want to bring it more to the whiteness of this hair. That's just what I want to do with this. So I'm going to do that to each one. So I'm just gonna bring the grid up with this little dot in the center here, and that's one. Yeah, let's see this one. Okay, yeah, this is more of all the hair, so I want to bring that one up more. Go 1, and then 9 will show me the reverse side, and then we're just going to bring this out and this out. Yeah, something like that. And yeah, just make it wider. Maybe we could edit the hair inside of Blender if we want to, so it don't have to be perfect. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the hair. Besides, the last thing that I want to show in this particular tutorial is how to edit each single piece where we put the highlights onto the hair. So what I'm going to do is click the front of the hair, since that's where we created it. Click each piece individually. Make sure you're on the selection, this one. Inside the hairstyle, this matters. I don't know what this means when you're in editing face textures and things. I'm not sure what this does, but inside of the hair editor, you need to make sure you click this before you can click a piece of hair. Don't be on the brush, don't be on the control point, because the control point is just gonna do what it does. It's gonna make control points for it all, and the brush is just, you're just gonna draw. So anyways, click the selection, because that's what you're doing. You're just clicking these. Okay, so now what we want to do is, hold up, we want to put the highlights on it. So each one we're going to put the highlights and try to get it similar to this. So what you're going to do is click this piece here, and then you're going to go into this material, except for when you're editing each material for each piece of hair, you need a separate material for each piece of hair. So what you will do is click this plus button right here, and that takes you to another material, and you use the new material. You can also, if you want more clarity, use the rename the hair texture. So if I wanted to, I could rename this highlight, and that would give me more definition of, that's not even how you spell highlight. They'll give me more, I don't know what the heck I'm spelling it like, but whatever. So that would give you more definition or more clarity on which piece of hair you're using. I often don't use the rename the hair thing because I don't quite usually need it. But in which case things are confusing and you need to know the names of them, then do that. What I usually do to make myself know which each piece is doing, which I didn't do in this tutorial, but I might do in others, what I usually do is use different colors, and I know which piece is which by the color that I use. But anyways, with this you're going to go into edit texture, and then what you want to do is just color this all black all over again, or whatever color that you're going to be using. And you just color it that color all over again, like that. And then you're going to add a layer right here. And let's see this. I actually turned that off. But yeah, you can draw directly on the hair to get where it is, where the position is. So I think I'm just going to use this one, and I'm going to open my reference here, and then I'm going to color select the pieces that it's being used on here. So anyways, yeah, once you do that, then you go here and you try to get a similar to this image. But anyways, you can go on each piece of hair, kind of. So I see like a dot like that, sort of, on this one. which could be more or less bigger or smaller depending. So yeah, I usually use the airbrush for the female model, but you can just use that, and then you can lower the opacity of the layer like that. It looks lesser, and then you just click the X button if that's okay with you. And then I'm going to click this, and then the texture parameters, you can edit the texture even further, and you can pull this actually up higher if you need it to be. And yeah, that's basically how you use that. It could have been even a little bit better, but I think I'm gonna edit it again. Just go edit, and I think it looks more better when it's more, when the opacity isn't lowered. So I'm just gonna click that and then just put the opacity back up. But, or maybe just do this and then add another layer and then add a lighter color than that, which we'll use this but then lighten the color up like that, and then we'll just add another layer and then we'll just go to a lighter color. And then what we'll do is in this one just make a smaller dot, that, and in which case it looks raggedy to you, you can just go into the layer you edited and erase to make it look more better to yourself. Okay, it's probably okay, probably a little bit messy, but it's okay. Like that, and then I'm gonna take this one, and you can even make it brighter by going down here, screen or something, and just bring it down like that. Yeah, it's not gonna be perfect. I mean, you can get it perfect. You can put it in another program. I would suggest you let me show you. Let's see, we did this one, but as I see, we might have to do some more shine right on this one too, because there's a shine right there, and as you see, when that goes further it gets these shine. So we're gonna do another shine right here, and let me show you the example. So when we put another shine right here, over here, I'm gonna add a new layer, get the color again, to be here, and then on this one we're gonna try to get this more shape if we want that. You can also make the shines different if you like that better, but we're going to do this one first, if it works. What's happening? Okay. Okay, why isn't it working? Good question. Okay, is it working on here? It's not working on here. What is going on? Okay. It's not working at the moment, but let me see. Should be working. Bet if you erase it work. Okay, sometimes the program acts funny, so maybe you could just X out of here and then do it again. And go to edit texture and just try to do it again. Yeah, it's working now, so yeah. So you're gonna click this again, you're gonna get the color here, like that, and then you're going to just try to get that texture, I mean that piece that you see over there, and I think it goes a little bit more square in my opinion. That's pretty much it right there. And if it gets too out of proportion, yeah, that's probably okay right there, but yeah, make it a little bit bigger. And then we're gonna bring down that opacity, and then we're gonna add another layer and use the same color that we already have, or maybe even a little bit brighter, because that's what we did with the other one. Like that. And we're just gonna, for some reason it's not working again. It's weird. Anyway, so you're gonna just, yeah, this one, come on now. Alright, just X out of it. I don't know why it X one sometimes. Click it again. Go into here and edit again. And then try it again. It should work this time. Yeah. So, we don't have the color anymore, but we can get it from right here. Okay, so what we need to do is draw it in. Yeah. Okay, so there's that, and ouch. More or less. Something like that. But maybe if we want to make this one smaller, we can just go into here. Maybe, which one is which? Here and maybe here. Just mute that one for, or block that one for a minute and then erase on these sides. Just make it a little bit smaller. Nope, that's too small. Just a little bit smaller because I remember I erased some over there, so maybe just a little bit on here. And then we're going to go to this one that we muted. Click it. And then erase that some. Whatever. It looks something like that. Interesting. Okay, so anyways, yeah, maybe no. Well, I kind of like to do it the other way. So yeah. Okay, so anyways, go to here. So since that's pretty much done, that's kind of like that. And then we're going to do this piece here. And that's this shine that you see here. We'll put it all the way across. So what you're gonna do is add a new texture for this one too. Click here and you're gonna do the same things. And what you want to do is turn this all the way black, of course, or whatever color you're using. Like that. And then what you're going to do is add a new, get your reference so you can get the correct colors. And you're gonna color pick the color. You can also do this in another program, but what I suggest you do if you were doing it in another program, you get the location first. So if that's what you wanted it to do, then take this that you did it on and export that one, and also export the guide so you can know what you're doing. So you can export right here, and you can export the, actually this one doesn't have a guide, but you can just export it right there. But anyways, yeah, that's if you were doing that. But yeah, so we're gonna do this one right here. We're just going to scribble it in. Not really scribble, but yeah, scribble. What I do is I just basically scribble like that, and then I'll take the eraser and then just make it more like what it is. That, or how I perceive it anyway. And then yeah, it's like something regular like that from my memoir. But something like that. Because if you look at it, it's something like that. It's something. Assuming there's something like that. If you were doing this, or if I was doing this for someone else, then it would be a bit more neater. But since I'm doing this for myself, just a tutorial, then it's just like this. And I'm doing it based on how I like it, not how anyone else likes it. So I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this layer, and then I'm going to erase this even lower so it could be in the center of that. So it's a little bit off of the it's a little bit dissimilar from the reference, but that's because I'm just doing it the way that I like it to be. And what I do with this one is lower the opacity just a little bit more, maybe even bring it up, but maybe lower it. And it's similar, though for some reason how the hair is actually shined, it's a bit dissatisfying to me. So I'm probably gonna edit these parts too to look better to my own eye. Because when you get AI references, then AI is always imperfect. So it makes some things that doesn't really look nice. So what you're gonna do is do the same thing. Is you're going to erase these. I think I like it better like that. Maybe even bigger than that, actually. So I'm just going to get this color and just put it on some more. Here. And just put it bigger. As you see, that turned a weird color. So let's get the reference, and we're going to get the color. And we're gonna make it bigger than that. This doesn't have to be perfect, but just enough so it could look nice. And then you're gonna use the eraser to do the same effect that you did. It's like make some sort of shininess. And yeah, let me see. Say maybe just bring that down some more so I can, yeah, erase that more nice looking way. We can get the eraser and then erase, erase. That's probably fine. Just get some of this gone. Okay, I'm probably being way too picky about it, but let's see. Let's duplicate this. We're gonna go to duplicate, and I'm gonna erase that down. Erase that down. Something like that. That looks better to me than the other thing that was going on, and this we can do something else. Let's see. Something else that looks better than that. Whatever that is. Where is it? Where is it? Here. So anyways, we do want it in that spot, so I'm gonna go brush. We're going to go something like this. And then use our eraser. And this one, let's see if it'll look better. Hold it. Thing about this is it's a dot. So I'm just going to draw that again. I think I'm just gonna make this bigger to try to get a dot that looks nice. Okay, then use the eraser. Oh, let me just just around the edges. No. Something like that. just bring that opacity down. I think I'm gonna go here and erase some. Whoops. Erase this. That might be fun. Okay, I think I'm just gonna get rid of it. I actually don't like how it looks. So we're just going to do another one. So we go like that, bring this big, and just go like that. Go to eraser, this down, and this erase, like that. Something. And then bring down the opacity. Yeah, I kind of like that better, and then we're gonna duplicate this. And we're going to erase that even more. Kind of like that better. Yeah. So it's not exactly like those, but it is how I want it to be. So X that, and then we're gonna look at the other shines, which is one here, one there. So we're gonna use this, and I think if I look at it, they both will be on here. So we're gonna go to a new texture here. I'm gonna edit the texture. And then we're going to color it all black, of course, for this project. Like that. Take all these shines, make our own shine. And we need to color again. Be in here, and the reference here, and the color picker. And we're going to pick the color here. And delete this. For sure. And put the brush width down. Oh. And get these. And I'm gonna make it more similar to the shines I already have. So what I'm gonna do is new layer. I actually want the width to be down more. I'm just gonna color it all the way across, and then make both of those shines out of this, like that. And what I'm gonna do is take my eraser, push this down. Oh, nope, not on the eraser, here. Cut in between here, that makes two. And then what I'm gonna do is just erase it. It's too big, maybe smaller, and just erase it to look the way I want it to look. And this is the same. That's the same. Whoops. Okay, and then now you're going to duplicate that, and then what you're going to do is erase that. Except you can't see because I didn't lower the opacity of this one, so I'll do that. I'll lower the opacity like that. Then go to this one and erase. So yeah. I think I did that wrong. Okay, just carefully erase the parts to make it look better. think I need a smaller thing, so that's okay. Okay, and do the same for this one. Yeah, something like that. You want to lower the opacity of this layer. And if you don't know what lower opacity is, it's just bringing down the opacity, making it a lighter. Yeah, anyways, it's kind of like that. I'm going to X this. I think I'm done with the shines, but look at it. Y'all. But maybe, since that looks a bit tinier, maybe erase some of this one. Some of this. Maybe. I think I like it there. So I like it right there, so I'm gonna keep it. So I'm gonna X this, and that's pretty much done for the hair. And you make it however you want it to be. So let's see if we done did everything that we're going to do. And nope. See this cheeks. So what we want to do for that is we're going to save this as a new item. And this is probably going to be the last part of the tutorial. But you would draw on the face texture. So if I take you to the face texture and go down to skin, edit texture. You know what? Yeah, it's just what I will have to do, I think. But anyways, you basically draw on this texture. So you add a new, you also can go in here to, it's not on here, but if you have the blush on here, you could just put the blush in the blush section. But it works pretty much the same as the face texture. So I'm just gonna put it in on the face texture, but get my reference and get that color there. And from the other model, I understand that color is probably a little bit dissatisfying for me, so I just go up to a more pinkish color, and then if I look at the marks, they go sort of inward. So that's what we're going to attempt to do, and I'm going to use this airish type brush. And of course what I want actually is this to be on mirror mode, and we're just gonna draw that in like that, but maybe with a smaller brush. Make sure this is on 1 so I can get a straight image. And make sure this is lower. Oh no, that's horrible. Make sure this is lower. So it's drawing awkward on the face now. It's a bit annoying. But what we can do is just go here and avoid getting it under the eyelid part and just draw it in here. Maybe even bigger to make sure we get enough. Oh, it's not even going down enough. So down like that. And what I'm going to do is just use the eraser and just erase some of it. Maybe a smaller eraser. Actually, what I didn't do with the other one is I'm going to take a darker color and then I'm going to go right down the middle with it, like this. Just take this, go in the middle of it. Put a slightly darker color. Yeah. Something like that. Maybe I should do a lighter color. Yeah, a lighter color. Like that. Just go down the center of this, like that. You can take this in another program, art program, and it would be more precise probably. So use the eraser and make this bigger. No, make it smaller. And just erase in between. Make the lines go a little bit inward. No. No. Let's see these lines. Okay. Let's see. It's not working that well. Nope. So just erase it. Just try it again. Maybe this time with just my own lines. Brush. They don't go so inward either. Maybe this way. Let's count how many. Yes. See, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Just put the brush a little bit bigger in this case. Just go 1, and not so diagonal. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that looks a little bit better. It's pretty much the deal here. Maybe it'd be a little bit more under, but that's pretty much what he is. So we go a little bit lower. Not so diagonal. Just add one more. Okay, that's pretty much it. And maybe if I want to bring down the layer opacity, I can. Yeah, like that maybe. Okay. So that, let's see. Save as no item. Okay. That's pretty well. So I think that concludes this for this tutorial, which would be the Vroid Studio section of this tutorial, making a stylized 3D model, just proving the fact that you cannot make a stylized 3D model, which is very laughable and far-fetched. You can make a stylized 3D model. You can make a 3D model with aesthetic. It is not just 2D models that can look that way. So, you can make it look. You have to take your time for 3D. You have to take your time to make it look like that. And at least with the 3D model, you're not gonna be stuck jiggling side to side. I mean, you can rotate at all angles. It's not just one thing. But that concludes this tutorial, and as you see, looking at the body and everything, we still have a lot more to do in this category, because that pretty much looks nothing like this. We also have a lot to do in the face area, as in getting more of a bigger head, rounder shape, and if we want to do some edits on the hair and things. So this basically concludes this tutorial. Thank you for following along. Thank you for being here. And if you would like to click the subscribe button, also click the like button. It will help DollHouse a lot. By the way, this is DollHouse and this is Lunoir. See you later.